Hello, I'm Geneve and I'm at Keel Lodge Caravan Park in sunny Lincolnshire this morning. I'm here to check out this rather stunning camper van. It's called the Grand Tourer and it's the latest design from Knight's Custom Conversions, who is actually based just down the road from here in Spalding. Knight's is of course well known for its top of the range bespoke VW conversions, so what it does is offer a range of layouts. You might choose a side kitchen or a rear kitchen layout. From there on in, the sky is the limit really in terms of where you go with your bespoke conversion, because Jonathan of Knight's Conversions is a bit of a wizard. Prices for a Grand Tourer started around £15,500. That's if you bring your own van into Jonathan, who will convert it for you. Now, if you wanted to buy the full camper van, including the vehicle, well, the price would depend on the specification of the van you ordered and of the conversion itself, of course. Now, this particular model was built as a demonstration model, so of course it includes all the bells and whistles. It has a price tag of £88,000 too. Now, it has sold, so you can't buy this particular van, but it gives you a good example of the kind of thing that you could order. Let's break down that price a little. Of the £88,000, £45,000 is the cost of the base vehicle alone. That's because this isn't just any old Volkswagen T6.1, it's a top of the range T6.1. That means under the bonnet, it's 204 PS, DSG or Motion. That's around 201 brake horsepower, automatic gearbox and all-wheel drive. It's also a Highline model, and that means in the cab you'll appreciate things like adaptive cruise control, App Connect, multifunctional steering wheel, front and rear parking sensors, a heated windscreen and heated cab seats, for example. Essentially, this is the Ferrari of the Volkswagen world, and if you were buying something like that, you'd certainly want it to look the part too, wouldn't you? And this one certainly does, with plenty of bling. Jonathan's added a full ABT body kit, and what that gives us is a really mean looking front grille. There's a lowered suspension and side skirts, and at the back there's quad exhausts. To complete the look, there's also 20-inch Vossen alloys and wheels. And a bike rack too. What's more, when you order your van from Volkswagen, you can choose various factory fitted options too. This one comes with a built-in reversing camera. It also has twin swivel cab seats, and it's got double side doors which are electric. Speaking to Jonathan earlier, to use his own words, he told me that he lives and breathes campervans, second only to his wife and 3 children. I think that really shows in here in the attention to detail and the quality of the finish. Something that really struck me, and you might have noticed this too, that everything's really well hidden in here, and it's really cleverly done. There's a full width 3-seater Remo bench, upholstered in Napa leather. Below which there's a cleverly concealed Dometic fridge and a couple of storage units. All the electrics are completely concealed in here. The fridge has its own plug-in point too, which is really accessible and easy to remove. Hidden under the cab seats there's a leisure battery, Webasto diesel heater and a really snazzy sound system. One thing that's really useful about the Remo bench system is that it's fitted to the floor on a rail system with various anchoring points, and what that means is you can slide it as far forwards or back as you like, which is great if you're travelling with children, for example. You can move the bench forwards and have them sitting behind mum and dad in the cab, or if you want to transport bulky items you could move the bench all the way backwards and increase the load area here. Something that's unusual with this one actually from Knight's Custom is that this whole system is actually removable. Because you've got the 2 double doors here, it does mean that you can get a purse at either end of it and lift it out. Now Jonathan tells me that it's approximately around 80 kilos or so in weight, so you would need a couple of sort of strong blokes to be able to lift it out. But even so, what that would do then is completely open up the camper van for you. If you don't want to use it as a camper van full time, you can just empty it of its contents and away you go. Underneath the bench you'll also find the tabletop. Another thing that's great about the Remo benches is that the tabletop attaches to a leg, and the leg is attached to the bench so it can't go anywhere, and that means you don't get any wobble on the table. Come night time, the bench converts into a huge double bed. Upstairs there's an SCA 290 roof, fitted with a panoramic canvas and fly screens. There's also a bed fitted with springs and a mattress. Okay, so we've kept the biggest mystery till last, and that's that the kitchen is at the back of the camper van rather than at the side where you might perhaps expect to find it. It's a fully featured kitchen unit. It's got a 2-burner hob on it. There's also a little sink. There's an activity shower. You've got various plugs. There's speakers. What's really interesting is that this unit is fully removable, so if you didn't want to keep it in your camper van all of the time, you could remove it and store it in a garage at home perhaps, or even when you're on the campsite this thing is completely independent, so you could use it perhaps on a table in the awning or something. The 2-burner hob is gas powered, and that's accessed from the back. It actually uses a little triple Kadak holder, so they're the smaller cylinders. And it takes 3 of those, they pop in the back. Next to that there's a water container, and again you can easily just grab that from behind here and fill up your water container. The water container powers a sink, as you'd expect. Here we have a chopping board. Let me just say that this wood is American black walnut, so it's really beautiful, beautifully carved, and on here you can see it says Knights. In here we've got a little sink that just pulls up, we've got the tap in there. This part here is for an activity shower. You just plug that into there and you could use that for rinsing off sandy feet or muddy dogs, etc. You've also got some speakers in here, and that's connected to the main sound system in the van, but you've got controls for it here as well, so if you're outside you can control your music from here. There's USB ports, etc. Also, to give you some extra workspace, there's a couple of little sections on here, one on the other side too, so actually you've got quite a lot of workspace. Whoops, there we go. So you've got those 2 extensions on there now. Also down below we've got some storage cupboards. There's a little one there, and you've got a bigger one here too. So plenty of room that you could essentially put all of your plates, bowls, cutlery, etc. in there and just leave it in there all the time rather than having to take it in and out. So that's really handy. And then just for some power, you've got a 12-volt connector in here, always useful, and then you've got a proper mains 230V connector under there. So really, you've got everything in here that you'd expect to find in a little kitchen, haven't you? We think it's really handy. Of course, I've kept the best till last, and that's the multicoloured LED light system in here. Perfect for parties.